Vegas 2024, Ramona Rhodes. So I'm hoping this will be the start of a new channel. Since travel is expensive, I'm not sure how frequent uploads will be, so if you do enjoy what you see, then make sure to sub and hit the bell to be notified. We got ready early morning at around 3 a.m. Woke up, showered, brushed teeth, and tossed luggage in the car to head to the airport. We actually had a layover, but it was just one on the way there and then one on the way back. This Vegas trip was only about 4 days, but I honestly wish it were longer. It's just really nice to be able to fly and see more of the world. The first flight was about an hour long, so it was really just in and out, with the other being 4 hours. The plane was shockingly small, but our first stop was Charlotte, North Carolina. So here is our cloudy descent into Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Alright. And after we leave CLT, we make it to LAS. From the plane to the cab, it's super relaxing and exciting to take in a new atmosphere. Caesar's Palace was massive. It was almost sickeningly gold. Every day there was something new to explore and see there. From the game rooms to the restaurants and pool, and to the entire shopping mall inside the resort. It's also host to various events, shows, and concerts, which is cool, so there's always something to do here, just from the resort alone. This day was mostly exploring, but we still wanted to try to do some type of fun event. Right now we're taking a cruise on the Vegas Strip, about to head back to the hotel room to eat some food we picked up earlier, and head back out to get on the high roller. After dusk, you can really see how much the city is full of colors and light. All the neon signs and headlights, and all the people walking around. This is probably the best time to walk around, as during this visit, there was a heat wave, and saying it was intense is an understatement. We booked our tickets right after, and now here we are at the high roller. Except there were scattered thunderstorms. So due to the lightning, we were unable to actually get on. It was super light lightning, and the rain was more of a mist, but luckily we still had a few days or up to a week or something to use up our tickets, so we planned to go the next day. We went to the buffet during breakfast, and full disclosure, that food was horrendous. I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. Well, actually I would, but it was super expensive for it to be super not good. It was over $74 per person, and only a select few items, in my opinion, were edible. At least outside of the dessert section, which is what I recorded. to explore the Bellagio to head over to the Botanical Garden.
No one's listening to that because I don't know.
Some of you might hate me for this, but I thought In-N-Out was just okay. The burger somewhat reminded me of a more flavorful McDonald's. The animal style topping was good, but the base of those fries were pretty bland and had a weird texture. It somewhat reminded me of veggie straws. This location was also extremely busy and packed, and that's definitely a potential variable that altered the result. If any of you have had In-N-Out, you should definitely leave a comment about your thoughts on the restaurant below. And those who haven't, let me know what menu items or secret menu items intrigue you the most. After eating, we settled down for a bit, took a short break at the hotel, and finally made it back out to the High Roller. This time, minus the lightning. The High Roller is a huge Ferris wheel-esque attraction. The camera doesn't show just how high up this is, but shortly, you'll see footage of how much we were able to see over the strip and the city overall. Over here, you can see the sphere. It is super bright and it's pretty cool. It does show a lot more crypto ads than I would have expected, but it adds some fun things to look at as well. Being in the High Roller was not as intimidating or adrenaline pumping as I thought or hoped it would be, but honestly, it was pretty relaxing. I don't have a fear of heights, and this sphere is pretty big and enclosed, so if you are afraid but want to check it out, it may not feel as bad once you're in it. Once you get to the apex of the attraction, you've pretty much seen everything, but it is kind of cool to see the other people riding in the other orbs around you. Now time to head back, shower, and go to bed for like an hour before heading on the road to the Grand Canyon. Day 3. Yeah, this view is pretty insane. I could take this scenery in for hours. Now, I'm not at all a seasoned hiker or anything, and I definitely didn't have the right shoes on for this, so if you want to make the most of it, make sure you're not wearing Vans like me, and above everything, take it at your own pace and skill level. I definitely slipped more times than I should admit, and I would absolutely love to come back one day. We went very early, so the weather was perfect. No crowds or anything, and we could just enjoy our time here at our own pace. Caesar's Palace had an entire shopping mall inside of it, the Forum Shops, and it's not just a tiny mall either. Its size is just like any other mall, and maybe even bigger. Of course, it was bestrewn with elements from the Roman Empire throughout. Fountains, statues. There are a lot of paintings, and even the ceiling has this painted sky that makes you feel like you're in a different world. Something I found interesting, and you may or may not have noticed from the little location subtitles, is that Caesar's is stylized without the apostrophe. Supposedly when creating the resort, they wanted people staying at the hotel to feel how Caesar felt. Royalty, luxury. So, it's plural instead of possessive.
He's Squidward, you're Squidward, I'm Squidward!
This mall also had multiple levels to it with elevators and escalators throughout, and even more restaurants and little snack kiosks as well. For a mall, this place was ethereal, and due to the size of the resort itself, we didn't even know this existed until our last full day in Las Vegas. We picked up some final gifts and souvenirs, explored some more of the resort, the strip, got some food, and finally headed back to the hotel to rest up for the airport. Oh, and Dave's Hot Chicken is definitely a must-go spot. That may have been my favorite place to eat while in Las Vegas. Maybe I was too harsh on In-N-Out. Everyone deserves a second chance, so I'll have to follow up with that sometime in the future. Overall, this was an extremely fun and relaxing trip, and I can't wait to explore a new place and share the experience with you all again. Now we're on our way back. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a comment with your thoughts or any ideas, and I'd love to know if you've been to Vegas or plan to take a trip. And if not, share any travel experiences you've had. Don't forget to subscribe to see more in the future. Keep roaming.